Hello, welcome back to Open in the studio, that is. Astor Services is for children and families, and they provide behavioral and educational services and programs in New York State's mid-Hudson Valley and in the Bronx. On Saturday, October 1st, they will be hosting Ghostories, a benefit gala that will be a night of star-studded entertainment where Hudson Valley actors will perform spooky, fun ghost stories. And joining us now to share more, we have Stephanie Lowe from the Children's Foundation of Astor. And joining us by phone, we have actress Hilarie Burton, one of the evening's star performers. Hello and welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
How are you guys?
All right, you can hear her?
Yes.
All right. So, good morning, Hilarie.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And Samantha's here on set with us, and I thought we'd open up with just giving a little more insight about the Children's Foundation of Astor. And then, of course, I want to know how you two got together and set this fabulous event up. I mean, it's star-studded, to say the least.
So the Children's Foundation of Astor works for Astor Services for Children and Families. We're the fundraising side of Astor Services, and Astor Services is a behavioral health and mental health nonprofit for children, and we serve infant to 21 in a full range of services. So we do everything from school-based and community-based to counseling centers to grief counseling. We do mobile response in schools, and then we have a 24-hour residential treatment program for when kids can't be in the home anymore. We take them out of the home and put them in a really safe environment for them to heal.
Nice, that's nice. We need a lot of those here in the United States, the United States as a whole. And so, Hilarie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you know, I just want to say you have the most handsomest husband.
Oh, tell me about it. I agree.
I had to go there because when I realized who your husband was, I was like, oh, that's her husband?
Listen, it's not a bad deal. He's kind of nice to hang out with. So.
I hear you. That's awesome. And what's really great is that you have a nice partnership. And I'm really curious to know, like, how you even hooked up with Samantha.
Yeah, you know, Jeffrey and I, when our son was about 6 months old, we decided to move to the Hudson Valley for him. You know, it's an amazing place to raise children. And we ended up becoming friends with a lot of the shop owners in town, and we purchased the local candy store after our dear friend passed away. It was his shop, and so we purchased Samuel's Sweet Shop in Rhinebeck. And it was a client, a regular client, this guy David, that comes into the coffee shop every morning, and he started telling me about Astor House. He'd been volunteering there, and I'd always passed this, you know, great big, beautiful, historic building, but I never knew what it was in our town. And every Halloween, there would be pumpkins carved all along the stone walls in front of it, but no one ever really talked about what it was or what its service was in our town. And so when David started explaining to me that it was the 24-hour care for these children in our community, I automatically was, and I was honored that it existed in our town. Of all the places in New York, for it to choose to be its location, for them to choose Rhinebeck is an honor, and wanted to know more how we could help. And so then a couple moms from school separately got to talking about starting up Families for Astor. And so I kind of wanted to put the pieces together. There was David, this customer, and I introduced him to the moms from school, and we've formed this coalition where we went and we toured the facilities and saw that while the care that these kids are getting is impeccable. It's just amazing, the attention and the expertise that they get from the professionals at Astor House. The building itself is very antiquated and really needs a lot of work. And so it's my goal to make sure that these kids go to sleep at night in a bedroom that inspires them and makes them feel safe, and that the future is a bright and exciting thing for them.
And it's great that it's happening now, and that they're actually working on them at the age that they're transitioning and developing. And I just wanted to loan this conversation over to Samantha and the fact that Astor also exists in the Bronx.
Absolutely. We serve over 4,000 children in the Bronx. We have numerous counseling centers and school-based programs. We have about 50 sites inside the Bronx.
50. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so Hilarie, I actually appreciate how you've taken this on personally in making an effort to call in your associates of names. Why don't we name some of these amazing actors that are going to be performing with you?
Yeah, I mean, Griffin Dunn was actually the first friend that I had in Rhinebeck. We were visiting him when we were like, hey, we should live here. And Mary Stuart Masterson has been such a powerhouse in our community. She's building a film studio up here in the Hudson Valley to bring jobs to the area. So not only are we trying to take care of the children in our area, but we're also trying to create jobs for them as they graduate from high school and make sure that they're trained to either work in film or something similar. So yeah, I mean, it's a really amazing group of people. Jeffrey is so supportive of all of it. You know, these kids are the same age as our son. And so we want to make sure that we care for them the same way we would want our son cared for and make sure that they have everything that they need.
I love the services that are being offered, and I love the fact that it's really being honed in on, because it's, in my opinion, I feel that that's where everything begins. It's an issue that we have here within the United States.
Absolutely.
I believe there should be those type of houses for everyone, and that everybody should have therapy. And you know, some people think therapy is like for people who have mental illnesses, but no, it's a matter of, I guess, finding the balance.
Absolutely, and that's why this event is so important to us, because it's giving us an opportunity to tell more people about the amazing programs we serve and really the impact of mental health services and really stomping out the stigma around mental health. And this event is going to be incredible in doing that.
So, Ghostories, how spooky is it going to be? I mean, are kids going to really want to go to this?
You know, we're finding a nice balance between scary stories, some funny stuff. A number of the kids from Astor House are going to be at the event, and we really want to make it a family-friendly environment. So bring your kids. You know, it's at 7:30, but I encourage high schoolers to come, college kids to come. You know, as far as the Saturday night goes, we're going to make sure that you guys have a good time.
So even though they're going to be fabulously entertained, they're also going to also have information provided should anyone need services.
Absolutely. We're always there. We'll be there to hand out information and to connect people with the help they need.
And just really quickly before we go, just give a little insight as to how people are even, I guess, welcomed into the space, or, you know, does it have to be something severe, or is it something that they can just visit and inquire, and or are there different levels, I guess is what I'm asking.
Absolutely. Obviously, our residential program is the most intense program out of all of them, and that's a little more medical to get into. You have to go through those chains. But you can walk right into our clinics. We have walk-in hours. We have free screenings for children. If you're as a parent, you just want to talk to someone and make sure that your child is developing correctly and in the correct path. It's open to everyone. We're not a closed system. We are always there if anyone needs help.
And it's wonderful you have actresses such as Hilarie Burton, who is, well, you're actually loaning your time to enhance the services and the space. That's amazing.
I mean, I'm very proud of our community here, and it is the reason that we moved here. And so to take up these kids in our community and show them that we're there for them, that's a very important thing for me, and it's an important thing to instill in my son, and I'm glad that he's going to get the opportunity to learn from the Astor House kids as he grows up and is involved in this organization with us.
Absolutely, and you know, it does make a difference, because when they see that you're accessible, then it gives them hope in believing that they can do it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and our tagline is because every child deserves a childhood, and I mean, you right there, you said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you both for being with us this morning, ladies. And good luck. And you, Hilarie, you have to give your husband a big kiss and a big hug. And you have to tell him, this is from a lady I had a phone interview with named Rhina Valentine.
And he'll send one right back to you.
Yay! Yeah, I'm going to hold you to it, okay?
Thank you.
All right, ladies, once again, for more information on Ghostories and Astor Services for children and families, please visit astorservices.org. That's astorservices.org. We are taking another break, but don't go anywhere. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.